Commissioners, would all those who are willing and able please rise and join in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of our country.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Grant us, O Lord, light to our understanding, prudence in our investigating, foresight in our planning, sincerity in our deliberating, the grace to follow truth in our judgment. Help us to be moved in our decision, neither by fear nor by self-interest, and to do our work faithfully. May we respect the authority vested in us, for thou art the source of all authority, and may we use in our directives for the common good, and for thy honor and glory. Amen. Amen. Thank you all. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich.
Here.
Commissioner Tyler.
Here.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Here. We have before us the meeting minutes for the regular meeting of December 15, 2022. Do we have a motion to approve same, waiving the reading thereof?
So moved. Second.
Discussion? None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes. Okay, this brings us to our first public comment portion. Is there anyone wishing to address the board at this time? Anyone at all? Mr. Massey. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Brian Massey, 8196 Rainbow Drive, Lobbies for Citizens. I see that before us, item number 7 is the resolution to increase the rate of sales tax, sales and use tax by 0.5%, going into the general fund. I have several questions for the commissioners. What are the total dollars that will be collected with a 0.5% sales tax?
I'm going to look to our finance director, sir. I believe it's approximately $16 million.
16 to 20 million, yes.
$16 to $20 million. Of that $16 to $20 million, how much will be allocated for the building and constructing of the public safety center?
All funds would be going to the general fund, sir. All of our expenses are flowing through the general fund.
So there's no one's going to say that of the 16 to 20 million, we've allocated so much for the public safety center, and there'll be so much for other operating expenses. Is that correct?
I believe that. I'm kind of looking here to our prosecutor, but sir, I believe that'd be a proper reflection of all funds are flowing through the general fund. All dollars are being received as an enhancement to the general fund.
Of the vote today, must the vote be 3-0 for the resolution to be passed?
Again, you're making some assumptions, but no, I don't believe it would require a vote of 3-0.
I'll just tell the public.
And by the way, this is public comment, not public interrogation. So
I don't mean to. I don't mean to be.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand the issue as it comes before the people.
Yes.
They just don't know.
Yes.
The resolution, I agree that it is a legal resolution. I do not concur that it should go into the general fund, and I do not concur that it should not go before the vote of the people. I happen to agree with Prosecutor Colson and Sheriff Leon-Bruno as far as the jail needs to be replaced. I can foresee the level and the severity of the crimes increasing in the year, so that we certainly need to do something to protect the people. But when it's the largest project from 151 to 171 million, and we'll get up to 300 million with the financing, I think the people, should be required to vote. What dawned on me was that what's the common denominator that I see here with the commissioners, with a lot of people in the room seems to be all Republicans, and I went to the Republican Party platform, and I saw, they've got 9 items that they believe in: fiscal discipline, limited government, and lower taxes. And all I've been seeing from our expanded county government is just more taxes, just amassing millions upon millions of dollars. And now we want to pass a sales tax levy that will pay for the largest project in Lake County history, and we're not going to give the taxpayers a vote. And I don't understand why. I'd like you to table the whole thing today, because I think the incoming commissioner, John Plechnik, should have a vote. The citizens of this county voted him in, and this is no reflection on Commissioner Tyler at all. I understand he's done a great job, but he was appointed.
I dare say an exceptional job, if I may interject.
Okay, so again, I'm saying though that the people really should be respected, and their choice for commissioner, they should hear his voice. So I ask you again, please table this until what's 1 week going to do? Nothing at all. Let the people be heard. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else wishing to address the board?
Well, before we go on, just a couple of quick comments. Mr. Massey, thank you for your comments. The expanded county government, we're still running 10% cut from the COVID time. So we haven't expanded anything yet. And I checked with the prosecutor, my vote counts the same as my colleagues. So that's for the record. Thank you.
Very good. Anyone else wishing to address the board at this time? Anyone else? Thank you all. Madam Clerk, agenda item number 1, please.
In the Utilities Department, resolution accepting a 3-year maintenance bond in the amount of $14,565.98 for a water line for the Taft Commons subdivision in the city of Eastlake, job number 21-71.
So moved. Second.
Discussion. None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution certifying unpaid water and sewer sums and administrative charges to the Lake County Auditor.
Motion to approve. Second.
Discussion. None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
In Job and Family Services Department, resolution authorizing execution of a service contract between United Labor Agency Incorporated and the Lake County Board of Commissioners on behalf of the Lake County Department of Job and Family Services to provide RESEA services at Ohio Means Jobs, Lake County, in the amount of $184,140.50 for calendar year 2023.
So moved. Second.
Discussion. Suzanne, did you want to give some background on that?
Thank you, Commissioner. This is the contract that we have with the United Labor Agency to provide reemployment services to individuals in our community, and I believe the Workforce Director, Corey Bojack, is also here and wanted to say a couple of words.
Very good. Thank you. Corey? Good morning, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Good morning, Commissioners. Yes, so the RESEA, the Reemployment Services and Eligibility Assessment Program, is a federal program that helps individuals on unemployment and are chosen by our team to help with different referral services and helping with services with gaining employment. And they're chosen by the state and given to our team with the Ohio Means Jobs Lake County staff that help provide them all the different staffing and reemployment opportunities that the Ohio Means Jobs Lake County and state staff provide for us.
Well said, gentlemen. Corey, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, if there's nothing further, Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution approving Lake County Department of Job and Family Services vouchers, date of warrant January 6, 2023, in the amount of $116,260.58.
Move to approve. Second.
Discussion. None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck,
Yes.
and the Commissioner's Office. Resolution authorizing the Lake County Administrator to execute a contract with MetLife for dental, basic life, and accidental death and dismemberment, supplemental group, and long-term disability insurance coverage effective January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2025 for Lake County officials and employees.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution accepting a grant and authorizing execution of the Brightwood Lake Dam Removal and Kellogg Creek Stream Restoration Project Grant Agreement in the amount of $183,135 between the Lake County Board of Commissioners on behalf of the Lake County Stormwater Management Department and the Ohio EPA.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Tim, did you want to comment on this, sir? Sure. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Commissioners, as you're aware, we have been undertaking the project to remove the Brightwood Lake Dam and restore approximately 2,000 lineal feet of Kellogg Creek stream restoration. And we received about $1.5 million in a WRRSP grant initially to perform the project. But there was another grant opportunity that came available through the Ohio EPA and their 319 program that allowed us to receive an additional $183,135 to further enhance the stream restoration. Obviously, we received the WRRSP money prior to the COVID hit, and everything was impacted by that. So this just gives us some additional funding to enhance the project.
Very good. Well done, gentlemen.
Hey, Tim, Jason and I did go back out, follow up. Project's progressing nicely. Thanks for you and your team and all the contractors associated with. Made a lot of progress throughout the summer. It'd be a great project once it's finally complete.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
nice job, yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we're very much looking forward to the spring when we can get the plantings in and have the stream fully restored.
Well, once it's done, I would like to come back for one final visit.
Okay, we'll keep you informed.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, there's nothing further. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution to increase the rate of the sales and use tax by 0.5% for the benefit of the general fund for the Lake County, Ohio, pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 5739.026A3 and Ohio Revised Code Section 5741.023.
So moved.
I'll say second. Discussion?
Mr. President,
Sir?
I vote that we move this to the table to January 12th agenda.
Very good, sir. Do we have a second to that?
I'll second it.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes. Thank you.
In the Finance Department, resolution approving payment of bills as listed on the Commissioner's Approval Journal in the amount of $3,261,053.92.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution approving purchase orders as listed on the Commissioner's Purchase Order Approval Journal in the amount of $429,089.36.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution increasing and decreasing appropriations for various general and non-general fund accounts.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution for cash advances and transferring cash and appropriations within various general and non-general fund accounts.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes. All right, moving on to our departmental reports portion of our meeting. Utilities. Randy.
Thank you, Commissioner. I want to thank Commissioner Tyler for his time as commissioner. Had quite an impact with our department and the whole county. We got to know each other about 15 years ago or so, and it's been a pleasure becoming reacquainted again, and hope to work with you again in the future in some capacity.
Thank you.
And then in addition to that, Matthew Arman has some additional reports.
There he is. I was like, you're sitting right behind another individual, and I was trying to crane around thinking, all I could see were ears. Sorry. And he's wearing a bright yellow tie, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. Thomas Jefferson once said, "There is a debt of service due from every man to his community, proportioned to the bounties which nature and fortune have measured to him." Since the days of old, countless people, philosophers, thinkers, even nations, have sought to determine the most precious commodity in the world. Some have claimed it to be tangible items such as copper, or oil, or gold, or even water. While the great debate might ensue, it is my belief, and I'm only one man, that the most precious commodity in the world is the impact that you have on others. This is the most enduring and everlasting mechanism, one which cannot be measured or depleted, yet it is timeless and echoes for ages to come. Commissioner Tyler, it is my belief that you have accomplished this objective through the thoughtful execution of your duties, your unwavering sense of fairness and understanding, the principle you constantly display, the mighty heart that you bring to your work, and the untainted passion that you exhibit for the betterment of our county and our society. Commissioner Tyler, on behalf of the Lake County Department of Utilities, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to you. Although Thomas Jefferson would likely agree that your debt of service has been paid, it is my prayer that we meet again in the arena of public service. Thank you very much, good luck, and God bless you.
Thanks, Matt.
Well said.
Thank you.
Well, Randy, you're setting it up really nice there. Matt does your department and your people proud with his presentation. For that, we say thank you. And those words were truly justified. We are honored to be with such a man as Mark Tyler. Is there anything else you wish to add?
I was just going to say that's another example of why I don't follow Matt at any point.
I've known Randy a long time. I've known Matt even longer. Matt, thank you. So kind.
Moving on to Job and Family Services.
Well, I have to follow Mr. Armand, and he actually took my speech. So I will keep it much briefer, but I did want to thank Commissioner Tyler for his professionalism and his kindness over these last several months. It has been a pleasure to work with you, and I look forward to working with you again in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. You as well, Suzanne. Really appreciated it. And all you do.
Thank you. And I also wanted to take a moment to thank all of the individuals, families, private businesses, churches, hospitals, county offices that shopped for the children in the custody of the Department of Job and Family Services this holiday season. The individuals and groups that I just mentioned shop for our foster children, our children in residential treatment, and they also shop for children in our community who may not have otherwise been able to receive gifts. So this is an opportunity to thank the community for their generosity, their consideration, and for thinking of the individuals and children in our community that needed it most this holiday season. So I express my sincere gratitude.
Thank you, ma'am. Gentlemen, anything else? Thank you. County Administrator.
Good morning, Commissioners. Matt, can you come up here with me? Just kidding. Before I say a few words about Commissioner Tyler, I want to thank a lot of folks the past 3 or 4 days with the weather that we had come through here at the county. Obviously, some of our offices were closed, but we had a lot of folks in the sheriff's office, our buildings and grounds guys who were here all weekend, keeping our facilities running, our telecommunication folks, anyone in the county, our service workers, all the folks who were out in the elements. I want to, on behalf of the county commissioners, I want to thank all of our staffs. It was pretty brutal out there. Mark, especially iFelice, our buildings and grounds guys were out there most of the weekend trying to keep our assets operational to the best extent possible, keeping the jail sidewalks, juvenile justice center, et cetera, open. So Randy's guys and gals and utilities, I haven't heard the report on breaks, but I'm sure we probably had some activity there. So I want to extend my thanks to all of our staff members who put the hard work in over the past couple days. And Commissioner Tyler, on behalf of the staff here in the room and not here, hell of a job.
Thank you.
Period.
Thank you.
I'm gonna miss the fist bumps, the chats, what you had for dinner, what grocery list your wife gave you. I'm gonna miss the lightheartedness that you brought to the 5th floor. It's been great, and we'll see you around. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jason. All right, Madam Clerk.
Yes, I also wanted to thank Commissioner Tyler for bringing his brand of humor and his positive and optimistic character to the Commissioner's office. And I wish you best of luck in your future endeavors.
They all come back to visit, I promise.
I hope so. But thank you for that. And also I wanted to mention that our next commissioners meeting is going to actually be our organizational meeting, which is going to be scheduled for Monday, January 5th. Thursday, January 5th at 10 a.m. And then our regular meeting, which will be our first regular meeting of the year, is going to be Thursday, January 5th at 2 p.m. And then I also want to mention that county offices are going to be closed on Monday, January 2nd, in observance of New Year's Day. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. If there's nothing further for our clerk, we'll move on to legal.
It's been an honor to work with you, sir. I wish you all the best in the future. No other report, commissioners.
Thank you, sir. All right, moving on to old business. Do we have any old business to come before this board? I'm going to take a little bit of a liberty here because introducing a certificate or proclamation, a document commending, I can't think of a better place to put it than under old business, because as you've heard here, a number of compliments being offered to our colleague, Mark Tyler. Some have said, oh, you're kind of that short timer, oh, you're that guy just filling a spot. I can say with absolute certainty and sincerity, Mark Tyler has compressed an entire term into the months that he has been here. His commitment, his dedication, his passion for service, he truly exemplifies what it is to be a public servant and to possess a servant's heart. That is truly a gift from God, and you use it wisely. If I may read the document here, we have, on behalf of the Lake County Board of Commissioners, commending Lake County Commissioner, Vice President Mark A. Tyler for his distinguished service to Lake County. Whereas Mark A. Tyler was sworn in as the 80th Commissioner of the Lake County Board of Commissioners on June 23, 2022. Prior to his role as Commissioner, he served as Mayor of Kirtland for 2 terms, from 2007 to 2015. He also served for 2 terms as an elected member of Kirtland City Council at large and was a member of the Lakeland Community College Board of Trustees. Whereas during his tenure as Lake County Commissioner, Mark has taken the time to learn as much as possible about Lake County government. He toured multiple county departments, facilities, and organizations to get a deeper understanding of them and provide leadership for their continued success. He took part in the Lake County Fair as the voice of the fair and was instrumental in bringing the Kirtland Old Town Sewer Project to fruition. Mark attended many groundbreaking ceremonies, including the Sheriff's new training facility. Commissioner Tyler participated in the very successful hostile action-based evaluated exercise for the Energy Harbor Perry Nuclear Power Plant on September 27, 2022. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of County Commissioners in and for Lake County, Ohio, hereby express its gratitude to Mark A. Tyler for the dedication and leadership he provided to serve the evolving needs of Lake County in these past 6 months. On behalf of the county and its grateful staff, we wish Mark a healthy, peaceful, and fulfilling future, shared in the company of his wife, Sandy. That nice lady from Kirtland. I'll add that editorial comment.
I'm pretty sure she's watching, John.
And the many friends he has amassed. He leaves a legacy on the county and the culmination of an exemplary record of service while bestowing credit to others for their diligence. And if I can have the liberty of moving that we adopt something like this, I'm assuming I can get a second on that?
I'll second that.
And I'm just going to say I think we've got enough discussion there to say, Mark, it is an honor to serve with you and that nice lady from Kirtland. We would not be where we are if it was not for our spouses. And again, she exemplifies that. Madam Clerk, roll call, please. This will be the awkward part for Mark.
Commissioner Regovic.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
I'll abstain, thank you.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes. And Mark, if we can present this to you, because as our Commissioner-elect Plechnik always reminds us, it's not official if we don't have a photo, so.
Just my last point of honor, I'm pretty sure that didn't go through the SIG file, because I read everything.
Gentlemen, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
And before we break up here, since we have a number of elected officials in this room, may I impose upon our elected officials in the room to please come up here and join us for a nice Lake County family photo with our commissioner, please.
Take my coat off.
Move back up a bit.
Get that wide in going.
Okay.
Human Zoom.
That's good. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
You did a good job. I saw you go high. That's the way to do it. Make that girl look good.
please.
Mark, I think my one regret is I missed you serving as mayor by a short time. And in the 6 months or so that I've got to know you, the work you did here, I think no one will ever understand. You rolled up your sleeves, you got the job done. I'll miss your counsel, your listening, your advice. You've been a great help to me, set me for this spot here. So I totally appreciate that more than I could voice in words. So I know I'll see you around, and I know I'll see Sandy around, and I look forward to those times.
Thanks. You have my phone number, Rich. You can call anytime.
Thank you.
And just a quick thank you to everybody here showing up today. John, thanks for the kind send-off. It's so kind. I've enjoyed my time here. From day one, I've felt very welcome, so thank you all. It means the world to me. I have had fun along the way, a few laughs, but we got a lot of work done, a lot of good work, some hard work, but we worked together and we got it done, and we did it the right way. So important. I am a phone call away, guys. Call me anytime. Quite an opportunity for me to re-enter the public service life. I've enjoyed it. I don't think I'm quite done yet, so we'll see. Don't know. But I do plan on taking a few trips with my wife, long overdue. But I've really enjoyed this. It was quite an opportunity, and I'm very fortunate to hold this position. I feel very honored. Thank you all so much.
Bless you, sir. All right, any other old business? All right, moving on to new business. Do we have any new business coming before this board? Any new business? Again, hearing none. All right, we're now at our second public comment portion. Anyone wishing to address the board this time? Sir? If you don't mind. Thank you. I did acknowledge him first. Thank you, sir. Thank you for understanding.
John Music, 45 Coventry Drive. I want to say, Commissioner Tyler, I'll call you Mark. Mark, thank you for being a true example of a public servant. Remember, we the people, not of the United States, but we the people of the county, thank you for doing what you're doing. Because everybody seems to forget, especially the politicians at all levels, they work for the people. And you're a pure example of working for the people. And I thank you for that. I just want to read a couple of things here. You know, as you know, I've spoken for a long time. I support law enforcement 100%. 100%. Now I just want to, and in my opinion, what we've got to do, I don't care if it's at the federal level, the state level, the county level, the municipality level, we all know that law enforcement is a priority. That is your number one job. And I go to a lot of meetings at all levels, and I see so much money, in my opinion, is wasted. And yet, we have problems paying for the things that our law enforcement do. Shame on us. And the thing about it is, it's just getting, you know, government is supposed to be small. I'm going to read a couple quotes here. I'm not going to say who it was from, but it's from a former president. And just think about it. And it says, man is not free unless government is limited. We don't want our government to do everything for us because there's always strings attached, you know, and you do get some restrictions as far as an individual. And secondly, the size of government and freedom is inversely proportionate. The bigger the government, the less freedom we have. And I agree with that. And I will end with this. The same former president, but he said, we must reject the idea that every time a law is broken, society is guilty rather than the lawbreaker. It is time to restore the American percept that each individual is accountable for his actions. When a law is broken, like I said, we've taken for granted here in Lake County, we have law enforcement. The three groups, the sheriff, the prosecutor, and our county judges have done an excellent job, in my opinion. But sadly, things have changed in regards to our country, where just like now we hear about I was reading this morning about a lot of people coming into our country. We have no idea who they are or what they're doing, and as we all know, drugs are getting rampant and so forth, and now our power plants are getting shot at and all this stuff. And it's just the idea that the group of those 3 departments are going to become very, very busy. Let's just be real. We can deny it all we want, but it's going to happen. So we need our law enforcement. Never ever take anything for granted. Never. Especially our law enforcement. So again, I want to thank the 3 departments, and we've got to find a way to pay for these. And I think all governments have to realize they are our number 1 priority. And I don't think that happens in a lot of respects, in my opinion. So I'll finish with that, and again, Mark, I wish you the very best to you and your wife, and a Happy New Year. And now's the time to have some fun.
Well, John, our cross will pass again. I always enjoy talking to you.
I sure hope so, sir. And like I said, I'll never forget, you are a true public servant, and I won't, as I am. I'm not out here. Me is not part of it. I believe in God, family, country, and I'm never, ever, I'm after all those.
We stand together, John.
So, thank you, Mark, and you take care. Thank you.
John, I think there's something I want to add to you. You just instructed Mark to have some fun. And Mark, what's your famous line that you say pretty much every day around here?
Which one?
There's one along that theme. I think that's fair to say. A little peek behind the curtain.
Have I told you today how much fun I'm having, John?
He is a passionate public servant, and he does enjoy doing this. So when you say have some fun, no matter how tough things have been around here.
Find what you love and do it.
I think Woodstock would agree.
Yeah.
Thank you, John. And Mark, thank you for being such a good sport on all these levels. So, sir. And again, sir, thank you for your patience with me.
Can we have your name and address, please, Mr. Ranella?
I've known after a couple of meetings. Joe Ranella, 10267 Cherry Hill, Concord. And thank Miss Bell here, because I didn't know I was allowed to come up impromptu ad lib, but I've known you for more years, probably most of these guys here working at Lubrizol for 38. I'm not sure what you had, but you're a professional engineer, but you're a professional, Mark. You worked hard in hand with Lubrizol, with the mechanical integrity. I was an instrument shop supervisor, and you would never let anything go. It always had to be correct all the time. My wife worked with you in purchasing at Lubrizol, and she said you're always a class person. When I would go to your office sometimes, we talk about Lubrizol was best for the community, was best for the employees, and the safety and integrity of the plant. But we also talked about you and Sandy and my wife, myself, we go on our vacations, and you're a genuine, personable person. And then I want to miss you. Hopefully we reach out again on our retirement meetings, but you're a class person. Everybody loves you.
Okay.
So
thanks,
good
Joe.
luck to you, buddy.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else wishing to address the board? Sir? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were indicating.
Yeah.
It's kind of like being at an auction. Be careful how you move those hands.
Two comments. First one is I don't like Mark Tyler.
Do you love him?
Never have. Not sure why he's up there. No, congratulations from the sheriff's office for a job well done. You've done a phenomenal job. You spent a lot of time looking at what we do and have made great input on directions we can go better. So we really appreciate that from you, Mr. Tyler.
Thanks, sir.
So thank you. It's good to know you. The debating on this comment, but I think it needs said from the last meeting. I should have stood up at the last meeting and said something, and I didn't. I want to respond to some aspersions cast on the prosecutor and on county government at the last meeting. Some aspersions were set about Mr. Colson, about his unwillingness to stand up for the people of Lake County, to make the hard decisions. That's the farthest thing from the truth. I found the prosecutor to be a phenomenal individual. Lake County is much safer today because of the actions of our prosecutor and how important he takes law, not only criminal, but civil, in terms of his advice to me as a sheriff, to the commissioners, to every part of Lake County government. I found that his legal advice has been outstanding and has been a great guide. So for someone to say he's not looking out for the citizens of Lake County, I grossly, well, not grossly, that's a bad word. I disagree. As well, I have found over the 33 years that I've been involved in Lake County government that every public official, regardless of whether they're Republican or whether they're Democrat or independent, have really put their heart and soul into doing the right thing for the people. And it was said last week, there is no one looking out for the citizens and for their self-interest and for their betterment. I find that county government does it every day and wrestles with extremely difficult decisions, sometimes sleepless nights, pondering what direction the county should go to make the right decision. And so I just want to say, I do believe county government and county officials are looking out for the citizens. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else wishing to address the board this time? Sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Michael Paul, 7665 Minner Avenue, Suite 325. Thank you, Mr. Regovich. I did have a nice prepared statement, but I think you threw that off somehow. So I'll talk from the heart. Basically, I don't think there's an issue for, say, regarding the sheriff's jail with county government or even, raising taxes. What I think the issue is, we always support our sheriff and those who support him. 110%. Our people in uniform come number one to me. And I believe it comes with everybody in this building, in this room here. The issue, I believe, is these outside groups and outside sources. Spoke to my neighbors. I spoke to a lot of Croatian American business owners out in your area. And this is what I keep coming out. Look, if we didn't have to pay for other things that aren't governmental, such as, I don't know, like Metro Parks or something, as much as we do, we would definitely not have an issue, providing the sheriff the funds that he and his people needed and the people that support them. The issue is a lot of people out there, including businesses, they're living basically, I hate to say it like this because it's not a business term, but check to check. Okay? I'm also a partner in a small business. I'm an executive in a woman-owned business. And I'll tell you, it's getting tough out there. And again, I always support, as my colleagues do, that we support law enforcement 110%, even if we have to make cuts, or we have to pay a little extra, okay? We have no issues with that. The issue is all these outside groups. It's been reported in a chain email that one of the groups, I think, is around $50 to $70 million in reserves for a couple years. And I'll be honest with you guys, being a firm, supporter of law enforcement, that kind of ticks me off that, taxpayers is paying this organization. They've got cash reserves, and our sheriff is sitting in a building that's leaking right now. It really makes me distraught. And I apologize for getting a little emotional, but having a father, who passed away from service to this country, not being taken care of because of the politics of Agent Orange and the finances, I always back people in uniform. It gets me distraught. I would like everybody possibly to come together because our law enforcement needs funded. 110%. I used to do it for, the police departments back in the day when the DOD had their program at the Pentagon. I'd go out there, spend a ridiculously amount of $700, $800 a night in a hotel in D.C. to go to the Pentagon meeting to try to get, law enforcement some of the old military hardware, okay? Because they didn't have the, ballistic jackets and et cetera, things of that sort. So I urge everybody, come together. Let's find a way where we're not increasing taxes on the people, but we're giving the sheriff and the people who support him the money they need and they deserve. Thank you, commissioners. Thank you to the people of Lake County.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else wishing to address the board? Anyone else? All right. Well, with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn our meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes. Thank you for joining us. This meeting stands adjourned.